Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Love it.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Zane's like, this is going to be a good one.
Oh, man. That's funny.
All right, everyone. We here with another episode of Therapy Without a Degree. I believe this is chapter 240.
Jeez.
It's 200. Yeah.
240.
Oh, we're not in 300 yet?
Whoa, you sound a little loud there. Wait, what happened? He's like,
I said we're not, hold on. We're not in 300 yet?
Nah, we're not in the 300s yet.
Oh,
we probably
gotta
speed
it up.
Yeah, we got to speed it up, right? We've been doing this.
We got to do like 5 episodes, just us, just to speed this process up. I feel like we should have been 300 already.
Hey, 240 ain't too bad, though.
Nah, this is
240. I feel like we've been 240 for like 2 years.
Now we're in the 230s for a while.
That's what I said.
but we here. Joe Fucarino is in the house in the studio. Then we got Javi across from me, PPG Javi on the camera, on the mic. We got Mr. Zain there virtually. All right, where's Ace? We got Ace chilling. We got Princess over here.
Man. See, I should have brought my dog.
You should have brought your dog. Would have been a whole party.
I should have brought Roxy.
And then we got a very special guest in the building. Want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, yeah. My name is Ramon Pesante. I'm a director, a film director. That's my, my chosen, that's who I am. But then, my day job, I'm creative director for the new Sherry show.
Sherry show.
Yeah. I was Wendy Williams' art director, and now I'm working on the Sherry show. But those are the off limits. I can't because I got that.
Yeah, those we can't get into. Not too much.
Them NDAs.
Yeah,
man. But nah, man, I just directed her show open last week.
Hey, man.
So
congrats.
Yeah, man, that was an achievement. The executive producer texted us yesterday. It was like Oprah saw it. She thought it was great. I'm like, oh my God,
that's fire. We'll get a round of applause for that.
Oh my God. I don't belong here. I feel like I don't belong here.
Nah, you do.
What is this going on?
That's imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I know.
You know what imposter syndrome is,
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. Okay. It's trauma, man. It's trauma based. It's crazy.
How long have you been doing what you do?
Since I'm 43, so I've been doing it since I think I've been doing it for about 15 years. I've been in the industry since I was 22, 23. But I was a PA, gopher, coffee guy, mailroom guy. I did all those terrible jobs. But yeah, I've been directing for a solid 15 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Been killing it. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Keep on pushing, man.
Yeah, I am.
Now, we actually have a dope topic today. We'll probably get right into it because we're running a little late today, so we'll probably get right into the topic.
My apologies.
No. You good. It's not even you. It was Google. It was Google that did it. It wasn't even you.
All right. Yeah, I know. They sent me to some weird place.
They were hating. The universe
was
trying
scary.
to
I'm like, I know Joe don't live here.
It was that rough?
It just looked weird. It was weird, desolate. I'm like,
It's like, this don't feel
no,
like
it didn't feel right.
But we got a dope topic today. We have someone submitted to me earlier.
Okay.
And then we'll get into it because you got a lot of dope stuff going on. So I want to ask you some questions towards the end. But first, we're going to dive into this topic that we have. Someone was really just asking, how do you, or just, all of us in general, right? What advice would you give to someone who maybe just, and in business and in just things in life too, but just kind of ends up putting all their eggs in one basket and kind of trusts too quick? Or this is, many different sides to this. So do you think it's okay to trust too quick? Did you guys ever trust too quick? And then you learn from it that you shouldn't have?
So what do you mean? Because I heard you say put your eggs in one basket. So what do you mean trust too quick? You in business or in people?
Both. So they mentioned business, but also in people too. It's almost like getting into a relationship really quick or taking a job offer that has, a lot of responsibilities and you just kind of taking it without really reading the fine print.
Oh, yeah.
Like those type of situations, or same thing, relationships. You end up in a relationship, you don't fucking read the fine print, you don't meet the person, you don't get to know them, you just jump into things.
Well, like, I think that, I think in time and in life, you develop those spider senses to just be like, yeah, this ain't for me. You feel it. It's a feeling that you get, you eventually grow, you grow. People too. You know what I mean? There's people to this very day that I meet them. I may have like a conversation with them for a little while. And I'm like, that's not my kind of person. And that's also in situations, in jobs. This ain't for me. Like one time I had someone asked me to come to interview, right? They were like, hey, we're looking for, content creator to make content, for this guy. And then I come in and he's like this non-vaxxed and he's trying to sell his own vitamins. You know what I mean? He's like Alex Jones without the fame. And I'm looking around and I'm like, and how much you want? And like, how much you want? They didn't want to talk about money. They don't want to, they just want to, well, why don't you hit us with some ideas? It's just like, yeah, man, that ain't for me. This ain't for me. I'll talk to y'all. Goodbye. And that's what people. And I think that's the only way you can really do it. Is just that generate your own spider senses on people, situations, jobs. You know what I mean? Sometimes when things are too good to be true, it's like it's like things that are too. No, listen, this job I have right now, I felt it was too good to be true. It was in the middle of the pandemic. You want to be the creative director on the Wendy Williams show? I'm like, there's a pandemic, right? And I was just like, let me see if let me give them a really absurd number of what I want. And they were like, yeah, okay. I'm like, something ain't right.
Yeah, you were like,
what's going on here? What the fuck they think they're talking to? And then like I spoke to a couple people and they were like, what are you, fucking stupid? So I took the job, and listen, it comes with everything, every decision, you have to understand this, right? And I tell this to people sometimes. They're like, oh, I'm going to take it, but I don't know about this, and that. You're just going to, whatever situation your spider senses go, shaky, but it seems like, it's worth your time or just, to explore. You just got to be able to accept whatever comes with it. You know what I mean?
Your intuition.
Yeah, it's intuition. But no, not only that, but just go, okay, this sounds cool. I know there's a level of bullshit I'm going to have to deal with. But I think once you say that to yourself, you'll be able to, when it comes, you're like, yeah, there's the bullshit. But then you're equipped because you're already prepared for whatever the bullshit it is, and, it's yeah, man, there's no easy answers, but just know, there is a time when you're going to have to pull the trigger and get out of your comfort zone. You have to. You have to, dude.
But what do you guys think is maybe for like when you were younger, when you didn't, because now it's like, as we get older, we start getting experience. And as we start, especially in business too, like you said, 15 years, I've been doing my thing for a while. Zain, you've been doing your thing for a while. Going back to like those early years, what were things that maybe y'all looked out for to like not waste your fucking time? Zain, what about you? Like, what do you think? Because it's like some people just jump. Some people don't even think about these little things. And they just say that, yeah, they do it. Or they say, yeah, I'm going to be in that relationship. Or, yeah, I'm going to take that job and end up just wasting mad time.
So you're saying like taking a chance on something new?
Yeah. Like, just people just they hear about an opportunity and they just jump to it. Like you said, almost like you thought it was almost too good to be true.
Yeah. I got a story real quick. Hold on, Zain. I was working at Inside Edition, right? Yeah. Terrible job. It was tabloid TV. This was 15, 16 years ago, right? And remember MTV Made?
Yeah.
Someone was offering me a producer gig on MTV Made. I'd be shooting, following people around, doing the MTV Made thing. And I was like, wow, that would be really cool. And they go, look, you can be a freelancer. You just come, you work for 6 months, see what it's like. And, you know, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But then I saw that Inside Edition was an opportunity to get a stable gig, because I had that mentality, you know, where, you know, like I had that Puerto Rican mentality where the people tell you, you know, oh, you know, get a doorman job. You'll be fine. You'll be set for life. Yeah, you'll get benefits. So I was thinking like that. I was thinking like, oh, but Inside Edition is long term. I'll have a job all the time. You know, this doesn't have an expiration date. And I ended up regretting the shit out of that. You know what I mean? I turned down MTV Made. I don't know what could have happened from that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's a balancing act. It's crazy. You know, Lord knows what would have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know. If you would have took that risk.
Yeah, I didn't take the risk because I was thinking like my parents and my grandparents and them, where they were just like, get a stable job where they'll put up with you 40 hours a week, and, you know.
And you said that was how long ago?
Oh, man, this was 16, 17 years ago, probably. This was a long time ago. I think like 2004.
Do you think now, because of the way the internet and everything is, just life is just, especially in like media and entertainment, it's so different than it was back then? Could you just imagine like how it probably would have went?
I mean,
because you didn't have that foresight back then.
I didn't have that foresight, definitely. But yeah, no, I wish I would have done it. I wish, you know, that was the ultimate lesson, is you got to take chances on yourself. You know what I mean? And stop with this. There's nothing stable. There's no security. There's no such thing as security. The only thing that's secure is what you know how to do.
Yeah.
You know.
1000%. Zain, what about you?
So during COVID, I had to go back to work because the unemployment money ran out. That's why I had to go back to work. So when I went back, I had a job opportunity, and one of my friends, he was he was pretty much in a high management position. He said, "Hey, you know, you want to come back?" I was like, "Yeah." Money was running low, so I had to make a decision. I didn't want to go and do the 9 to 5, but you know, sometimes in life you just got to do it. But everything happens for a reason, because the moment I started working there, I said, you know, my mindset was way different from when I used to work there. And at that point, I just started networking with anybody who's coming in. So I'm literally at the epicenter of people who are doing film projects. They literally come to that store either to do photo gigs or film gigs. I'm smack dab in the middle.
That's
so if
great.
you're not
you're going somewhere where things are happening. Be there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, let me take advantage of the situation to start networking. And then I met Sharp James. I met like a couple comedians or whatnot. And I'm just networking with a whole bunch of people. And it just, if I never decided to put my pride aside and work there again, then I wouldn't have had the opportunity that I have now to even get further jobs.
All right, we are back from a quick commercial break.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you're good. All right, Zain. So for you, like I said, that was a benefit that you had to do that. You know what I mean? That you did that and you went back, because you were even debating it.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to go there because I knew it was like I had a lot of stuff to do, so I didn't really want to just kind of stand, because I knew exactly what it was. Sales one. You stand around, just meet up people and blah blah. Most of the time it's kind of dead, and you know, and me doing something outside of work, I'm like, I need something to do. You know, you can't read, can't be on your phone, so stuff like that is just like, I'm just like, I felt like I was just on a raft in the middle of nowhere. So typically I just physically take notes. Like I literally start writing ideas and then thinking of ways how to optimize like my filming process. So at this point I was like, all right, if I can't be on like technology, but technically speaking, there's computers everywhere. So I'm usually on YouTube just learning. But yeah, it's just like it's a whole different experience, but you just got to take the risk. If you don't take that chance, you just never know. Obviously you want to be smart on the decisions that you make, but never kind of hinder yourself because your pride is in the way, you know? You just have to take the opportunity. Like I always have to put myself in acts of service on purpose. So say if there's like, for example, a charity event and whatnot, and then I have to serve, then I put myself in those situations, whether it's either helping people like bring in the bags or something like that, because after a while you start losing that connection, that humane connection. You start to be, not to say lack of empathy, but you have to practice every bit of emotion. And I feel like connecting with human to human is something that can easily just be tucked right under the rug. And by working in sales, I actually got much better refining how I kind of sell, not only for the business, but for myself and my own service and for my own company, as well as myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this, corporate, of course I didn't love being in corporate, but it definitely, it trains you. Once you branch out, it definitely trains you, how to behave in the world. You know what I mean? When I was working in tabloid, I was around a lot of scrappy, offensive, crazy dudes. You know what I mean? Like, this is tabloid world when you're on the red carpet and you're yelling, cursing, saying really terrible things, amongst a crew of, these roughneck dudes. But then the moment I stepped into the corporate world, when I was at BET for 9 years, and HR and, and respecting and being, and watching what you say and how you talk to people and being like self-aware of your behavior and the way you treat other people and you talk to other people. It trained me to be a better professional as a director when I'm serving a client.
Exactly.
Or when I'm pitching ideas to potential clients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, what you said about another thing, what you were saying was that, just about human connection and charity that is some of the best networking
you could
possibly do is show up and do something, because you have the time. You just have the time to do it. And you just never know who you're going to walk in the room with. I did a charity once and I ended up, talking to AOC for like I met AOC, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you just never know the opportunities when you have an invitation to give your time or do acts of kindness. It's some of the best networking.
Yeah. Those are some of the most powerful moments when you can do that and fill in your time with that.
Yeah.
But, also too, in a lot of those different, like, jobs and stuff, like you said, you learn so much, man. And that's one thing I was thinking about even recently, because even myself, I was store manager and sales and Sprint and different restaurants, and I've done so many different things. And a lot of times people don't realize that gets you ready for having your own business and doing your own shit. People don't realize that, but it's all those years added up to what you do now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a snowball effect.
Yeah, it's a snowball effect. It's just like putting everything in a blender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's like, but people do, because I do see sometimes people just jump into things, and that's what this whole question was about, is just jumping into something and not really kind of know what you're getting yourself into, And I'm very calculated with shit. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always try to think of plan A, B, C, and D. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm all about taking risks, just like you said, because even me, like, I should have took risk years ago. Because even me and my story, I was into film as a kid. And then I said, you know what? Nah, I'm going to go into to do restaurants, because back in the day, without the internet, it was so, it's like it was so different. Yeah. Like now, me and this guy, we do a short film, we do something, we upload it to YouTube, and we put it out there. Back in the day, in the late 90s, you told your parents you wanted to do film, and that was like, they were like, oh, well, good luck.
Yeah, but no, content is a thing. Now everybody wants to be a content creator. Now it's like a real business. Now people are not giving you the side eye like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh shit, like this is lucrative.
This is a thing. This is
lucrative. Like
when I was a kid, they were like, yeah, nah, that you lucky. Yeah, good luck. So I did the same thing. I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna do something else. But I should have made that risk. Should have said, fuck that. I'm going to do it, because you never know. But I am a firm believer all things happen, for a reason though. Like those decisions that we've all made in our past, that now it's like, yo, you can't regret them because you wouldn't be who you are today, in the path and the journey.
Yeah, 100%.
But when people go into things, I think a lot of times people don't have the guidance or the advice from others. Like now, if I had an opportunity come my way, I could probably, yo, Zain, I can call you. Yo, what resources. You think? What you think of this, right? But unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are even listening to this and watching this. They don't have that. They can't just slide in one of our DMs and be like, yo, you think I should do this shit? And they end up either not doing it, or they end up doing it and it might have been ass. And then they end up wasting a lot of time, or they end up getting themselves in silly situations or bad contracts. Like, especially even in music, like we all know, we hear about contracts all day, or people getting fucked and stuff like that, because it's like, what? Maybe they didn't do their homework, or they didn't have the resources, the outlets to go and ask questions, or, be like, yo, what do you think of this?
Yeah, but see, that's the process. The process is, walking into a situation going, this ain't for me, because you got to keep doing that, because that's how you develop the endurance to go, this ain't it. You know what I mean? I've been walked into many situations. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, oh God. But I see him through. You know what I mean? Just because it's like, it's all a learning lesson. It is. Trust me, I once, like, someone was like, hey, can you help me edit a couple things? I'm like, sure. This is an old woman that wanted to make a short film, and she shot it at a nursing home. And I was like, yeah, I'll help you out.
Zane's eyeballs are already turning.
My God. I edited this woman's entire short film, which was like 20 minutes. I literally showed up every Saturday, maybe like 3-4 Saturdays, 5 Saturdays a week. She only paid me $200 for the whole thing. And I was just like, but those old people look so damn happy on camera. You know what I mean? I was just like, these people are in a retirement home. They're acting.
Yeah.
It was like, and I mean, like when I was doing it, I'm like, but then like when I finished and I walked away with my $200, it was just like, someone did help me once for free on a really bad short film. My first one. Oh God, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
What was the name of it?
The Exception. Yeah, you can find it somewhere. It's on YouTube. The Exception. I thought I was Martin Scorsese. This was like 2012. I thought I was Martin Scorsese. I thought I was an auteur. Everyone thinks that they're an auteur.
You said it's called The Acceptance?
The Exception.
The Exception.
Yeah. Oh, so bad. Such a bad movie.
Nah, man. At least you did it. What if you wouldn't even have done it?
And I just feel bad. Well, right. But if you think about it like this, now I think about all the people that worked on that for free that probably knew how bad this was.
Nah, but you gotta start from somewhere.
I love those people for doing that.
What was bad about it?
Oh, everything. The acting, the writing. I was just trying. It looked like a spoof, a gangster spoof. It was so bad.
It's your origin
What
story.
year was it?
Oh man, 2013. The Exception.
He's looking for it right now
on YouTube. Maybe you look my name up. Yeah, Ramon Pesante. Oh God. It's
short film.
Yeah,
9 minutes long.
I think so. Maybe 13. 13.
Does Brown Star Entertainment ring a bell?
What?
Brown Star Entertainment?
No, that's not it. It's a different film. That's not it. Brown Star.
So it'd be under your name.
Yeah, just say my name, like Ramon Pesante.
Got it.
I might have taken it down in shame, like. But
I see a teaser's up.
Oh, the teaser alone, you can be like, man, you gotta wear your failures. Yeah, man.
No, you need it.
The full film is up here. It's up here.
It's up there.
Oh God,
it's up there. I got it.
Have at it,
I got
man.
it. I had
have
that. We all have those.
Yeah,
we all
man.
have those.
Oh.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's go. There it is.
Oh God, so bad. But man, those people, like, they they helped me figure out this. I didn't know what I was doing. It was so bad. It was so embarrassing in hindsight.
Nah, but you got to do, at least, like I said, you got to do those things. Like you said, trust the process.
Yeah, man. I thought I could shoot I thought I could shoot like the whole movie in one weekend. It was like,
well, wait, how long was it?
It was like 13 minutes, but it was like all these scenes and but God bless those people.
Hey,
because they were like, "What do you want to do? What you want to do all this in how long?" Like people were literally like, just like, "Oh, Ramon." You know what I did for that movie?
Yeah.
I sold all my comic books.
All of them?
All of them. I sold all my shit that I collected since I was like 13, 12. Like I had all these comic books. It was I sold them all to make this movie.
What'd you spend? What was the?
I only got like $500 for them. There's like but I sold my jewelry. I sold so much, but but listen, it was an investment to become a filmmaker. Overall,
brought your dream alive.
That was really what it was. Just the investment to become a filmmaker, and it was.
Isn't that amazing? How like that equivalence works. You had to let something go to become something.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I saw it. That's how it made me feel better after I.
But you never know, because maybe if you didn't do that one, then maybe you wouldn't have done the next one.
Exactly. The next one was the one that really helped me find my voice. So
that's what I'm saying. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And now we got Playing Sammy.
Playing Sam.
Playing Sam.
Yeah. It was my first feature.
First feature film.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about this actress that her man leaves her because his career takes off, and he goes to New Zealand to shoot a big budget film, and she's kind of like, well, are you like, are we still a thing? He goes, well, we'll still talk on Facebook, but he was like, he deuces out on her, and then we kind of meet Samantha. She's an actress that kind of feels that she's stuck in a box as a Latina actress, that and she gets typecasted and asked, do you know Spanish? Can you do an accent? Can you do this? And it's just like she's in this hole, and she kind of finds her essence as a normal person, a normal person from the Bronx, a Puerto Rican woman from the Bronx that doesn't fit, that mold that mainstream media wants to put her in. And, and we kind of just live with her for 90 minutes. It's not a high concept film, but it's an experience. It's an authentic person, that encounters another man, and she realizes that she almost falls into the same situation from the previous thing. And she finds the confidence to, be comfortable in who she is as an actress.
How often do you think that happens, that people end up just falling right into the same thing that they just left?
Well, all right. So I think that comes from, just people's history, how they were handled as a kid. And, I think that really what it is, how people are handled. And it takes a while to break those chains. I personally, I was in foster care. I grew up in foster care, and my parents are still around. God bless them. I still talk to them, and they're still in my life. But, they couldn't raise me when I was a kid. So it really, and that was probably why my imposter syndrome was so hard to shake off. You know what I'm saying? Because I always felt like I wasn't, I was a bother to everyone, because I was moving around from people's houses to houses. I couldn't be with my parents. I was on my aunt's. I was living on the couch. I was being tossed around. So I always kind of felt like I was not, I just felt like I wasn't welcomed anywhere, or I was a bother, or I was bothering people, And I think that when I carry that with me as an adult, I was a very toxic person in my 20s. And I was super defensive. You don't like me? Fuck you then. You know what I mean? It take this job and fuck you then. It was very, relationships, friendships, jobs, and it took me like maybe my early 30s to really take a good look. I did like 5 years of therapy, just to help me, kind of sort out the things that I liked about myself and the things that I didn't like about myself. And the things that I liked about myself that other people didn't like, I was respectful, but I was just like, this is who I am. You know what I mean? But in the things that I didn't like about myself that other people reinforced by, walking out of my life, I adjusted. I don't think I would have been able to get married if I hadn't dealt with these things, or even raise my son.
What did you do to help you adjust in those whatever those things were? What for you as a man, you were like, nah, you know what? Like, because also I give you credit for even doing that, because especially a lot of times as we get older in life, we're like, nah, like I am who I am. I'm not going to adjust for nobody.
Yeah, no.
So for you, what was those things internally that made you make the shifts?
Yeah, I mean, it really took a lot of asking myself the right questions. I just like my therapist literally asked me the right questions, and I just sort through those questions. Whenever I said something, like one time I remember I was told that at my job, they told me that I was too sensitive. And then I went to my therapist at the time, and he said, well, what's wrong with being sensitive? It's okay to be sensitive.
Yeah.
And that's an example where I'm just like, all right, so why am I afraid of being labeled sensitive? Is it because society says men can't be sensitive? And I think the moment I accepted that I'm a sensitive person, I actually handled things better. Because I'm going, oh, someone says that my movie sucks. I'm like, all right, that kind of hurt. But, I am sensitive. So what am I going to do about it? I'm going to go whine about it on Twitter. I'm just going to process it and then understand that hurt. And the moment you understand your feelings and go, okay, I'm going to feel like this for a little while because something that someone said to me, impacted me.
Yeah, the feeling is real.
Yeah. I'm like, and I do this to this very day. I'm upset about something that's pretty stupid, and I'll talk to my wife about it, or my friends, or my coworker, even my boss. My boss is pretty cool. And I'm just like, yeah, what such and such said, that got me hot. But, I know it's whatever, but I'm just hot about it right now. And, I'll get over it, and that the moment you just address it instead of just pretending that is not there, you know what I mean? The moment you just say, oh, I'm hot right now about this, or, that kind of hurt my feelings, and you talk about it with someone, you just tell them, yeah, that kind of, I'm kind of in my feelings about that. It goes away a lot easier because you just acknowledge that you're going through something. You're just feeling something right now, And if you, sorry. And if you just are real with yourself and you real with the people around you, be like, this is what I'm experiencing. This is how I'm feeling right now. You just be, you
be straight up and be direct.
You just be straight up and direct, and you handle those things a lot better
than suppressing it.
Yeah, than suppressing it and just being like, I'm cool. Sure, I ain't mad. Nah, man, fuck you. I ain't mad. I'm like, well, all right. Well, clearly you're behaving mad.
Yeah, people try to front.
But then when you're mad or you're going through something, you're able to give yourself the space you need to get through it. You know what I'm saying?
To process it.
Yeah, you're giving yourself the space to process. Even my wife, she's like, all right, you're being emotional right now. She calls me.
Call her emotional?
Yeah.
That's the.
My name is, she was like, are you emotional? I'm like, yeah. All right. Damn, man, I didn't know I had to talk about this. It feels good though.
Feels good, yeah. No, it's shit.
Feels good.
It's real shit that we all fucking go through, man.
Yeah.
And my thing is, it's like always for people that are listening or watching. A lot of times they need that insight to things. Yeah, they're going through the same shit. Roll with
recording in progress.
Zain gonna pop in, but all right. Ramon has the best response ever. So if off air, was just saying, if anyone ever says, "Yo, you're being too sensitive," what is the best response?
So what? I'm sensitive. So what? Is there something wrong with being sensitive? Trust me, they won't know what to say.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work every time.
They won't know what to say.
Zain, we have the perfect response here. If someone ever tells you, "Yo, you're being too sensitive,"
I gotta hear this one.
So what? I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. So what? Is there something wrong with being sensitive?
And just drop the mic.
Just drop the mic and leave.
So what?
Just
I'm
drop the
sensitive.
mic.
Because honestly, everyone is sensitive about something.
Right.
Something.
My biggest thing about that though is, okay, because a lot of people can be very sensitive. Some people could be more sensitive than others, right? My thing is, I think it's good that people are sensitive because they're being vocal about their emotions and they're saying how they feel, right? Because you want that obvious. Because I never want no one fake. Like if I say some shit and you like are disrespected or whatever, I would want you to say, "Yo, fam, like blah blah blah." I wouldn't want you to like go talk shit behind me, whatever. Yeah. So, but it's like I think the part after that, the part after you vocalize whatever the emotion is. Like you said, it's almost like that healing of that or whatever that is. It's like, okay, you could be mad at me, you could be whatever, right? But then it's like, okay, let's squash that, and then that's done.
Yeah,
I think it gets dangerous when then now that's lingering forever.
Well, I've had difficult conversations with people that I love dearly. They're not like family. They're like my dudes from like college, people I know in the past, and sometimes just a little bit of space will kind of just clear that up. Seriously. That really like, like, man, fuck you. All right. Fuck you. All right. Just, and it's like and unfortunately the relationship, the nature, the strength of that relationship will determine if you guys ever talk again or hang again the same way. That's it. Like and then all right, this relationship wasn't really that strong then. That's it. And that they probably did you a favor. You got to be willing to tell people how you feel about something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In fact, I will say this. Someone within my circle said something very hurtful to me this past weekend. And I talked to my wife about it, and I kind of kept it between me and my wife because that person is not very self-aware. They have substance abuse issues. And I'm like, it's not even worth it. They're not self-aware enough for me to tell them, I was kind of fucked up, bro. But, let's move on from this because I don't even know if they're capable of doing
processing it. Yeah.
But I thought sometimes you can't confront somebody because you know who they are. You know what kind of people they are. You know what I mean? They're dealing with their own pain.
1000%. I go through that a lot as well. I've gone through a lot of that in my life growing up too because I've, mom that was an addict, dad is an addict, and
both mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you want to say how you feel. You want to even express your emotions, or you want to try to help. You want to try to express how you feel, how they made you feel. But especially we get into a certain age. Wasting my time.
Yeah.
It's like your time.
But there's only certain people. Like you could tell someone. I could tell my son's godfather. Man, like that's stupid. That's a stupid thing to say, bro. Fuck you. Right? And then he'll laugh and go, "That was fucked up." I'm like, "Yeah, that was fucked up." And he'll be like, "That was fucked up then." And then
then you got to get over it.
But it's like, even that is an acknowledgement that you said something fucked up, and at least you were like, "Yeah, that was kind of fucked up." All right. You know what I mean?
And you acknowledge it.
You acknowledge it. You move on. You talk to him another time. Because I got a strong relationship with that dude. You know what I mean? He's the godfather of my son. We chilled hard in college. You know what I mean? So we, cut from the same cloth. So,
but for the people that aren't going to receive it well, or like you said, maybe can't even process it. When do you feel like in your life that you started noticing that and to not even waste your time?
I mean, they're just clearly people I don't hang with anyway.
But I'm just saying, like, because you know those type of people that if you would want to say how you feel, it ain't gonna go nowhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's not gonna go anywhere, then don't. Unfortunately, you take that home to whoever it is that you're closest to, like your wife or whoever, or your friend.
Where and when do you feel like you learn that? Because a lot of people, even to this day, even getting older or even older than us, still do that and still waste a lot of their positive energy. They're doing that, and it's just like a waste of their time.
I mean, it becomes your fault if you keep trying with those people that you should already know who you can confront, who you cannot confront. And if you're still trying to confront someone that doesn't get it, then it just becomes your fault for keep fucking with those people. You know what I mean? That's you have to take responsibility for the people you hang with and the people that you chill with. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like it's back to you. Like, why am I even fucking with this person? Why am I even hanging out with this person? You know what I mean? Like, really, in the end of the day, it's like, damn. Have you ever like hang out with someone, have a bad experience, you go, that's the last time I'm gonna hang out with this fool. Right? I'm gonna fucking never do it. And then you do it again, and then you were like, didn't I fucking say not to fucking?
Didn't I tell him? Yep.
And this guy again got me into some shit. That bro, it's the same analogy. So if you fucking with someone and you can't confront that person and you keep hanging with them, that is on you.
Because people show you who you are. You know.
Oh yes.
People show you who you are, and I always tell people when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you get to a certain age. You know, I do give if they're a little younger, I give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's like, you get to a certain age, you're just like, those they who you are. You know, you hear a lot of people we talk about, people like our parents or our friends and stuff. It's like, yo, fam, like they are who they are. You know, there's not much you could do. Like we were just on before a little earlier when we were recording. We're like, there's only so much you could do at that point. Yeah, you could say how you feel, maybe, but you can't force them. You can't. Yeah. So it's like either you gotta do things differently, or
young people, young people have a soft spot. I have a soft spot for young people. People in their 20s, early 30s. I have a soft spot for those people.
Hey, thanks for calling me young. Yeah. Zain, call you young.
Yeah, I'm 43, man. I'm not.
You close.
Yeah, all right. But all right. So people in their 20s, particularly, I do have a soft spot for them because I was a very toxic person in my 20s. I look back and I cringe at who I was. I was that person and I enjoyed my life, but I enjoyed it, off the backs of making certain people miserable and unhappy, and so when I see a young person that's behaving in a certain way, unfortunately I am that dude. Come here, young blood, let me tell you something. Young blood. I'm definitely that young blood kind of guy. But it's because like I could have used that when I was in my 20s. I probably could have kept the job a little longer, you know what I mean, or something. I probably could have gotten ahead a little sooner in my life, you know what I mean. But, I do have a soft spot for a toxic young person that wants my attention, that needs my help. Then I'll be like, all right, let me give this person, just some wisdom, or let me help them with something, or let me point them in the right direction or something, because especially people of color, especially, I do have a soft spot for young black women that need my help, because black women are probably like 80% of the success in my career is because of a black woman. They looked out for me, 100%. Black women in the media, shout out to them. Like they really gave me the shot when people wouldn't give me shots, 100%.
And what's some of that advice now that you try to give them, or things, or just things that you have to say to them? Like what are some of those things?
Okay, I mean, like, what's one example? One person. I used to work with, she was like a PA. She was always fighting with everybody. And I pulled her aside. I said, look, man, I'm telling you, when you're young, whenever someone wants to present an opportunity for someone, or when someone wants a young person in the industry, they need help, because we do need help. Seniors in the industry, we need help from the youth. We need information from them. We need to know what is hot. They know what's dope. After a certain year, if you know, I'm old now. So sometimes when I listen to the youth. So there's a lot of people in media that has to listen to the youth. I listen to the youth, and based on my experience, based on how I see them behave in the company, and just how dependable they are, all those things, how motivated they are, will determine. All right, I need your help to write this script so we can have Tiffany Haddish read these lines. Or I shot something with SWV once, and I'm like, this one young man, I'm like, hey man, you really on it. Come help me, assist me on the shoot. I just need help with this. And now that person does his own things. He's making his own moves. So it's just like, so when you're that person that's always in the mix of negativity, the seniors, we all see that shit.
Oh yeah. We
see it. I'm like, so look, just low profile. My best advice to young people is when they show up, just keep a low profile. I understand you going through your little defensiveness or whatever it is that you're processing. We're all dealing with shit. And that's what I'm saying. When I deal with people, young people that have like those things, those toxic qualities, I get it. And I just try to tell them, look, whatever it is that upsets you, whatever it is that you're feeling defensive about, I understand. I was there. You can feel that way, but do it when you walk out of here. Because if you bring it to work, you're not gonna last.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that shit.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But you have to acknowledge that they're going through something. Young people, the biggest. I feel very bad for young people right now because young people, like, mental health is taking over. Bad, like mental health is the issue, not physical. It's the issue for young people, mental health, and our medical people are not prepared to handle it. They're understaffed. So when I deal with young people and whatever they're going through, I just try my best to tell them, look, whatever you're going through, I understand. Just if you just not bring it to work, or if you not bring it on set, if we not bring it into your career and you just keep that, compartmentalize that shit, you'll be okay. But you got to deal with it. Find a way to deal with it. Okay? Because you're here because you want to be here. Right? So that's what I do. I try to do for young people. I just try to tell them, look, I know you're dealing with something. A lot of older people are like, oh, what do they got to worry about? They got everything. Yeah. We had it bad. I'm like, shut up. You don't know what the fuck these kids are going through.
Yeah.
So that's my soft spot for young people right now. I worry about them a lot, honestly.
Yeah, they're going through a lot of different shit that a lot of us didn't go through. And I think they're also going through a lot of shit way earlier than we're going through.
Yeah. Well, because, kids puberty is happening younger now.
Yeah.
Like puberty is like, it's very abnormal right now what's going on with kids.
Yeah.
They're going through puberty at a much younger age. So it's like people are not still paying attention. So when you're dealing with someone, a younger person that's dealing with some toxicity, all you can do is just guide them to go, that's your job to deal with it. You just don't deal with it right here.
Do you think a lot of them also maybe just don't have the experience, and maybe like kind of back to what we were saying before of like how like we've all done like, the regular jobs and shit like that. Do you think it's maybe because they don't have a lot of that now maybe because of the internet, things are a little easier to work on a set?
Right. Well, I think the internet, unfortunately, it's like you get instant validation when you're on the internet.
Yeah.
Likes, DMs, you go viral for the silliest shit. So because of that, it's like that whole dopamine shit. It's like, so when you show up on time, it's like, I'm here. I'm here. Where's my where's my raise? I'm here. I was here on time. Like, you're supposed to be on time. What the fuck? But unfortunately, I think that social media, people just get gratification a little too easily and a little too soon, and it's just so easy to get a like and acknowledgement, you know what I mean, that I think people, like young people, get disgruntled. Well, I didn't get I've been here a year, where's my raise, where's my promotion? I'm like, All right.
Good luck.
But I think it's just like this whole thing about instant gratification. Everybody needs to be instantly gratified. I deal with that with my son sometime. I got to tell him sometime. Well, he has Asperger's, so I got to tell him, you're doing a good job, man. But please pick that shit up. You know what I mean? You're doing a good job, but please, just fucking.
I do feel like that is this younger generation. I feel does need like words of affirmation.
Oh yeah,
way more than we've ever needed that shit. Zain, do you feel that? Do you notice that? Do you think like now the younger generation, or even people in their 20s or late teens, they just need their like words of affirmation, and they're just like to be praised a lot more, and to be like, oh, I'm proud of you, or I noticed what you did way more often than we ever did or we've ever needed?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You might not like the answer I'm about to give you, but there's a two-parter on this one. I feel like this generation has become softer, in a sense of not more so on the emotional side, but they feel like any type of opinion is toxic for some reason. So if I say, "Hey Joe, I don't like your shirt," we could just move about our day. But it's not an attack on your life. It's not an attack on your values or what you stand for. It's just I personally shared my opinion. And I feel like people have, what's the word? I guess villainized people's opinion on each other. And they don't know what to do with that. So in terms of how the generation of words of affirmation, they don't know what to do with it. You could tell them, like, oh yeah, I like your, but are we the world is not a place where it's always gonna be pleasantry. I feel like we are somewhat lying to them, but we have to also teach them, if someone doesn't agree with you, we have to teach them how to respond to that. And there's no class in the system whatsoever that teaches people how to respond to people that they disagree with.
No, that's valuable. That's valuable advice. And is that, and listen, if I was worried, if making films, if I was just worried about the people that didn't like the film and not focus on the people that will like the film, then I wouldn't be doing it. That's it.
Right.
Bro, look, and I tell my this is something I talk to my son about. They're going to be people that are going to like you. They're going to be people that don't like you. And that's got nothing to do with you. You go, get up, go to work, go to school, live your life, pay your bills. You have to be okay with people making things that people don't like. But there's always a group of people that do like it. And it's normally more. Normally more people like, are for you than against you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, bro, that's it. Like football play, the most successful people in the world, man.
All have haters.
All have,
and it's
loud
You
haters.
can literally be the best. You could be number one, and you're gonna have people they don't like you. Why? Because you're number one. They're gonna find something to nitpick at you.
Yeah.
But we need to teach the future generation to how to respond respectively on people who don't agree on their opinions.
I'm mentally
as well as just moving on.
Yeah. I'm mentally preparing myself for people that are going to tell me that they don't like my film. Right now. I'm mentally preparing myself for that. Because, I will be sensitive because I worked a year and a half. I invested my own money. I worked very hard. It's my passion. And so when people tell me they don't like it, I'm probably going to internalize that. I'm going to deal about it. I'm going to talk to my wife about it. And then I'm probably going to move on and go, okay. And I'm going to talk to someone that does like it. But yeah, it's okay. But I think that's also the key. The key is that when someone teaching young people that when someone tells you they don't like you or something about you, how are you going to deal with it? It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. Feel it. Don't be afraid to feel. It's okay. And I tell myself, I said, look, how do you feel right now? That's how you feel. Okay. But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to do something? You're not going to do something. Maybe, you want to punch your pillow? Sure. But don't act on impulse. Feel it. Go home. Let it sit. You know what I mean? Pray on it. Whatever it is. But it's don't acknowledge. Like, I think sometimes people like kind of get that mixed up. I think adults tell young people, why are you letting that shit get to you? When you should be saying, all right, that bothered you. I understand that you feel that way. Okay?
Acknowledging it.
you feel that way, right? How do you feel? Okay, fine. You feel that way. And then giving them the tools on handling it and moving forward in life. I think that is the key, because a lot of parents just dismiss it. Oh, you mad because...
Oh, you sensitive.
Oh, you're sensitive.
Being too sensitive.
And then you go, so what?
Yeah.
So what? I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive.
Or they just want to just bash how they're going about the feeling.
Yeah.
You know, either shut up or how, because a lot of people are very verbal abusive too.
Which is dismissive, rather than kind of like you were saying, like you gotta acknowledge the feeling, how you personally feel, and then what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like let the emotions come out. Oh, they hurt your feelings, so allow yourself to feel sad, and then also, you know, unless you want to come with a comeback, or you just be like, you know what, it made me feel sad. I'm gonna go handle it. I'm gonna go sit down and I might, you know, watch a movie, or because when I drive, I'm gonna be honest. When I drive, I do get highly sensitive when somebody beeps at me, especially if I'm in the right. So I play music to kind of to keep me in the rhythm of just focus on the music and keep driving. If I don't play music and I drive, I'm gonna be very aggravated.
Yeah,
like overly aggravated to the point where it comes off as road rage. Like. And music is kind of like, hey, you know, everything's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was definitely how I coped with like just driving from point A to point B is music. That's like my remedy.
Yeah, that's what you choose to do based off of the emotion that you're gonna get. Because it's all natural, like you said. Everyone feels the emotions about what you do with it. You're either gonna suppress it, you're gonna talk about it, you're not gonna talk about it, you're gonna do something. It's always a perspective shift for me too. Yeah. It's always a perspective shift. Like when shit like that happens to me, I always try to look at all different sides to it. I try to look at, like I said earlier, I try to look at both sides of the coin, and then you choose a perspective that you're gonna go with. You know, at the end of the day, and it's like sometimes, you know, you could feel, but then you never know. Try to, like, even with podcasts, you know, I always say, like, a devil's advocate. Try to see if you can even understand their perspective, even a little bit, you know, too. And then sometimes that might help you out with dealing with that emotion. But it's real shit. And it's definitely a lot of things that a lot of kids are going through. A lot of people just in general, too.
Yeah, I mean, I just think something simple is just understand I'm a person. I feel. What am I feeling right now? That's it, man.
Yeah.
I'm a person. That's how I feel. All right. So I'm going to deal with it. That's it. That is the key, I think, to growth. It's just knowing that you have, you know, you have a soft spot, and just acknowledging it.
Yeah, and you don't always have to react to it.
Yeah. You just handle it better,
in a certain way. Because a lot of times people, like you said earlier, people always want to just react to it in a hostile environment, or they want to react to it a certain way. Sometimes we just have to focus and then just work on that reaction.
Do you get migraines?
I used to.
All right. But so when you get a migraine, right? You know, all right, I got a migraine.
Yeah.
Now, if you get a headache and you don't get migraines, then you're like, what's wrong? Right? But if you know, all right, I get migraines, so I just got to work through it. I got to do whatever I do to get me through this migraine. So, like, if you think of it like that, I kind of feel like it helps. It's just like, you know that, okay, you know, cheese messes my stomach up, so I know what to expect. Or I know what I got to do to get through this.
That's this guy right here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I know what I got to do to get through this, you know, this allergy. So it's if you look at your emotions like that, all right, you know, when people talk about my shit, it makes me feel a certain type of way. So it's just easier to flow through.
Yeah, prep yourself for it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm with it. All right.
Yeah.
So when can they expect Playing Sam? Any rough estimates?
All right. So the film will be, I believe the film will be ready by the end of October.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be submitting to festivals. If you donate $25, you get access to playingsam.com. If you donate $25, you will have access to a private digital screening. $50, you'll have access to a personal screening in an actual theater. So that's the soonest you'll get to see the film this year.
So go donate so you could go see it.
Yes.
All right, we lit. We gotta go see it. We gotta go,
you gotta
go donate. And what about if they want to donate more?
No, shit, I'll take it. All right, so if you donate,
He's like, word, I'll take.
but all right, so $100 goes to. So I'm doing this thing for if you donate $100, of course you make it to the screening, but also you will have access to my next project, meaning that you'll be either any process of making this film, whether it's pre-production, post-production, production, whatever it is involved in the film, you'll have access to see what we're doing and how we're doing it. So whether if it's an edit session or if we're shooting on set and there's room and the time allows, you're on set. So they're active, they have an involvement, a first-hand account of how we're doing my next film, which is a horror film.
Ooh, okay,
yeah.
That's
a horror short film.
Well, that's our bag.
Yeah,
me
man.
and Zain like the horror. Horror.
It's something I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to do a horror film, and I've done a lot of comedy, and I think this Playing Sam is more than a comedy. It's definitely like it's a drama comedy, right? And mumblecore type film. And I'm really just trying to expand and learn. I know comedy. We work together.
Yeah.
I love comedy. I could do comedy. I think I do comedy pretty well.
Yeah.
Got
some funny stuff out there.
Thank you. Yeah. So I want. Listen. Watch my short Grapes. It's a 6-minute short. It's my second short, and it was the one that people go, "Yo, you got something. You could do it." So if you guys ever want to see something that I think that really helped me push my career further, it was Grapes. But yeah, man, just like, so I've done a lot of comedy. I do want to hop into the horror realm. I got some mentors that are that are already working on doing horror films for Hollywood right now. And they're like, yo, just do one, just do a horror short, just do one. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll do one. So that's the next venture. And, and I'm inviting, for $100 donation, you get to see how I'm doing it.
Yeah, and anyone that's listening, we have a lot of entrepreneurs here and maybe filmmakers, because me and Zain do film as well. So if you're listening to this and you're a filmmaker, go drop that $100. Like, for real, go drop that $100, because that is an investment. I've worked with this guy. Yo, you're the man. You know your shit.
Thank you,
Super,
Joe.
super talented.
Thank you, man.
So invest that 100 with him, because you never know what that 100 could end up, leading to. You know what I mean? And I can't wait. I can't wait to see this.
Thank you.
To see the other stuff you got going on, and we got to see the first short. I don't care if you think it's bad. We got to see the first short, man. We got
brace yourself.
Brace yourself. Zane's ready. Maybe Zain will give you a review. He does movie reviews.
Hey, man. Yeah, let me have it.
I gave you a follow.
Hey, that works. I'll take it. I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Let's go. We'll watch that. We'll let you know what we think.
Thank you.
We gotta have you. I need your review for the series.
Yes.
All right. We need your review for the series. We'll give you.
I saw the first two. I still gotta watch the third one.
Okay.
Okay, but no, I've definitely watched it. Okay.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And listen, the craftsmanship is there, man. You guys make it happen. So just imagine with a budget what you can make. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I told him. I told him off air what we did with how much we did.
Yeah, he told me that. I'm like, what? That's one day for Playing Sam. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Right.
Yeah. So
I sold my
kudos.
soul.
Yeah, man. I know, B. That's what it is.
And this guy did a lot of work for free. So.
Yeah, man. But it's the process. Love the process. That's it. It's the process.
Hell yeah,
you know
man.
What I mean?
Make it work.
And
It's
the
fun.
love shows through the work.
Yeah. We all have fun doing what we do. That's the main part. Like,
don't forget to have fun.
Oh, that's the most important part.
Don't forget.
That is the most important part. People seeing, because we did remember Zain, we did the behind the scenes, the reality,
because they thought it was a
thought
porno.
we were doing like a comedy. They thought we were doing a porno, because you saw the first episode.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was
and then we had
heavy.
the BTS before the actual dropping of the show, and it was just like, fam, we're gonna have to do something about this, because there's no context here. He's like, listen, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
No, all right. I'm gonna suggest something for you guys to watch, and this is what gave me the courage to move forward with Playing Sam. His name is Joe Swanberg. Joe Swanberg, he made 3 Hollywood movies so far. One's called Digging for Fire. The other one's called Drinking Buddies. And the other one's called Win It All, right? And where he started, he did a speech on South by Southwest, Joe Swanberg. and he talked about how he just wanted to make movies, and he just did it with with whatever he had. And he goes through his story on how he went about making. He had made like 15 indie films, right? And eventually he finally got, and like 15 like films with like camcorders. He just did it himself. And then eventually he found his way into, all by timing, because some of these movies were not great. Some of them were pretty good, but it was very low quality films. And Joe Swanberg is what really inspired me. And just go shoot, think about money, think, and he just really gave it to us in perspective. Joe Swanberg and Mark Duplass, they both spoke at South by Southwest. Watch both of their speeches in South by Southwest, and I promise you, it'll keep you inspired to keep making films.
I love that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I always say, I'm like, yo, let's just do it. Like, fuck it. Like,
yeah.
What do you got to lose? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Right, that's right. And films have a longer shelf life. So you make something that does pop, people are going to be like, what's this guy got in his catalog? Let's check it out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Especially because the right filmmaker too, you can make something that it's gonna last. Like you can watch it today, you could watch it. That's why I still be promoting this shit every day, just like it just came out yesterday.
That's right.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man.
This guy too, he just dropped the hardest part every day. Yo, y'all gonna get this every day.
Every day. And people hit me up. It was like, yo, you forgot to post. You forgot to post it. Oh, my bad. Let me post it again.
Hey, man.
My boy said after 400 times of posting it, he said he finally watched it. He was like, it was actually worth it.
Let's go, man.
Say, man, never stop promoting yourself, bro.
Nah,
right.
Your work.
And I always just say, just keep doing it. Like, just don't fucking stop. But this was a dope episode, man. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
This was dope. We got Zain in the building over there. We got Javi.
Zain, thank you.
At the end of this episode, usually we just shout out something that we think is dope, something that we think is slept on. It doesn't have to be film related. It could be film related. It could be anything. It could be a fucking restaurant you went to. It could be anything. It could be something that you think is, or it could be a song, a hobby, whatever you think is slept on out here. Zain, you want to go?
Last week I told them it was Star Wars.
You did say that last week.
Yeah, because I was like, man, people sleeping on Star Wars.
People sleeping on Star Wars.
First of all, if you're sleeping on Star Wars, you need help.
I'm sleeping on Star Wars.
Let's be real. Bro. Star Wars is not slept on. Okay, I don't think that is mainstream. We're talking
for
like
his generation.
All right, I got something that's slept on. All right, it's an indie film, and it's gonna be a film. It's called The Puffy Chair.
The Puffy Chair.
Watch this film. It's a great film.
Where is it?
Okay, it just you gotta like it's like a legit film. It was on Netflix for a while, but The Puffy Chair was this guy's like indie film, Mark Duplass indie film. Oh, you know what? So there's The Puffy Chair, but his first short film is called This Is John, and it's like a 10-minute you can find it on YouTube called This Is John. And that is what got him into Sundance. This Is John got him into Sundance by Mark Duplass. Watch This Is John and tell me what you think. Because I'm like, I was shocked that got into Sundance. But it got into Sundance and it led him to, The Puffy Chair. But all small films, they were just like, yo, fuck it. I got a kitchen. I got a camera. Think of an idea. We're going to shoot it right now. We're going to send it to, bro, they got it into Sundance.
I love that shit.
So The Puffy Chair and This Is John. Watch it.
This Is John is on YouTube.
Yeah. You will love it. You will laugh your ass off. It's just a guy trying to figure out his answering machine messages. He's just trying to do the perfect answering machine message, and he just like has a meltdown.
Zain, send me those links if you can, please.
No, I got you.
Enjoy.
I love shit like that though, man.
Yeah,
it's good that they just do random and they're like, fuck it. Let's just submit it, see what happens.
And you never know what happened. You end up at fucking Sundance.
All right. Zain, what about, you got anything?
If I'm gonna give a shout out, I'm gonna say Bullet Train. That movie was amazing with Brad Pitt. Like I went on a date and we both had such a great time because the entertainment just never stopped from beginning to end. Like just when you thought you knew it, what you like were getting yourself into, you were wrong. Like it was just like literally a roller coaster ride, but it was a train. It was a hell of a ride.
It
It was a roller coaster, but it was a train.
It was a train.
I went to see 3,000 Years Longing, and I kind of regretted it. I should have saw Bullet Train. But
Oh, so it wasn't good? Oh man, I was actually gonna say that.
It was okay. It was very artsy, but you could watch it at home. But it's beautiful. It's a beautifully shot film, but you're just kind of like, all right, okay. I appreciate the craftsmanship, but I see why it didn't do well in theaters.
Yeah, George Romero. He's a creative dude. So I'm
Miller.
interested.
George Miller.
Yeah, George Miller.
Freaking Mad Max. Like,
right.
yeah. So, yeah.
I'm so picky when it comes to movies, man. I'm very picky. Okay. I like more like the realism stuff. That's my vibes.
Okay.
Like Star Wars, I sleep on Star Wars.
Then you'll like Joe Swanberg stuff.
Okay.
I think
I like the realism.
Yeah, you will like
dramas type of, it has to like almost be able to really happen in real life.
Am I the only person that feels like Star Wars could happen? I feel like I'm the only person.
It's probably in a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
Maybe,
in 2,000 years, I don't think it's
in 2,000 years it's gonna happen.
It sucks we won't be there to see it.
No.
Well,
that's why it makes it better.
What I'm giving y'all is the feast. Yeah, the Lodi feast was this weekend. And that's what I'm shouting out because that shit was dope. I don't know. I look forward to that shit every year. It's like a little feast they do here with little mini carnival games and shit. They do. They got the fried Oreos.
I miss that shit every year. I'm sorry, Joe. You didn't tell me about it.
You always do miss it.
I miss that shit every year, bro.
Every year.
Every year, bro. I told you to let me know every year. Let me down. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was this weekend because I feel like everyone should just know you're from Lodi, man. You should know.
No, Joe. You gotta let me know. You supposed to let me know.
Well,
you're supposed to let me know.
Till next year. Next year.
Yeah, next year.
Next year, I'll buy you some Zeppelis. All right.
Oh, thank you.
I got you. I'll buy you some Zeppelis next year.
Sausages and peppers.
Yeah,
and the sausages and peppers. Yeah, that's right.
Deep Oreos. I'm going to San Gennaro definitely this year.
I've never been to that one.
You never got to San Gennaro?
No.
Go to San Gennaro
because but we got the one right here.
I mean, yeah, it's a smaller. It's not as chaotic, but San Gennaro is just like a staple in New York. Check it out.
Coney Island.
No, San Gennaro's in. No, it should be coming in September this year. It comes in September every year. It's like near downtown, like near Canal Street.
Okay,
it's lit.
When is it? You said September, right?
Yeah. It's coming on in a couple of months.
I'll pull up. Maybe we'll go.
Maybe definitely pull up.
Maybe we'll pull up. We'll vlog. Maybe we'll do some content.
Facts.
Yeah, it's worth it. Do it. It's just it gets lit at night. It gets crowded. But if you go maybe at 6, maybe at 5, it should be comfortable. But once it gets darker, it's hard to walk through that shit. Yeah. So, but it's.
Are you going to the film festival next week at all?
Hell yeah! I already bought my ticket.
Yeah, I'll be down.
I did the all access pass.
For what days? I'm going to 14.
I got all access. I just whenever work doesn't get on my my case, I'm gonna go.
Anything you would recommend anyone to go see? Anyone? Do you know anyone?
Oh wait. Well, okay, no, I don't. I feel like I should know. I probably do, but I'm I haven't really done.
You're
the
in a hot seat right now. Yeah. So
no, but there's this one movie I want to see. Damn it, where's this?
I told
Pedro.
Javi,
It's about Pedro from Real World, the guy that had AIDS.
Yeah,
it's about him. I want to see that. Remember Pedro from Real World? He had AIDS. He was from Real World, California. Too.
Let me know. Send me the.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. But
I'm down to go other days too. If I hear something that's dope, I want to support someone that is dope and is doing it.
I just want to see Pedro because I remember Pedro's story and it was crazy. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely want to go to that. So if you're listening and watching to this, if you're gonna go there too, let me know. Hit me up in the DM because we there. Should be a good time. Support some good people over there. And other than that, this was a fire episode, chapter 240. We out of here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, likewise, man. Follow me on IG. I'm gonna look for you.
All right, I'm gonna follow you back.
Word.
Thank you.
Peace, y'all.